Prince Charles has come under fire over a series of revelations that have durably damaged his reputation. The Prince of Wales was criticised for reportedly breaking political neutrality over his criticism of the Rwanda Policy, accepting a briefcase full of €3 million in cash by a controversial Qatari politician and handing an honour to a controversial peer. The string of scandals has drawn the ire of GB News presenter Darren Grimes. In a tirade on GB News, Mr. Grimes ranted, "Now, the Crown in my opinion is an essential aspect of British life. Her Majesty the Queen, who of course we've all been celebrating a lot over recent times, has been the one constant in a Britain that has changed beyond all recognition since that coronation of course in 1952. So, I believe in our constitutional monarchy and the magic of that institution. So, I don't want you to doubt my sincerity in saying that I am an ally of that most precious institution. But I must tell you, I must be honest with you. In my eyes, His Royal Highness, the Prince of Wales, Prince Charles to you and first, is less Crown Prince and more Clown Prince." The Prince's comments on everything from the environment to the government's Rwanda policy are known. He might as well have his own column in The Guardian newspaper, and add to the cacophony of voices caricatured hot takes from a comfortable home, Mr. Grimes mocked. "I struggle to imagine as the years roll by and it becomes more apparent that the government's civilized dash for net zero leaves Britain without energy security. We're even discussing rationing energy this year, by the way, with the national grid, telling energy companies that they might well impose involuntary restrictions on energy supplies this winter. Can you imagine in that scenario what the people of this country would think if their future king had cheered on the policies—the very policies that have left us both colder and poorer? That's what I really struggle with. Can you imagine Her Majesty the Queen, Queen Elizabeth II, making such decisions or facing investigations by the Charity Commission?" Mr. Grimes asked. The Prince is in hot water thanks to a slew of Sunday Times revelations. He reportedly accepted a suitcase containing €1 million in cash from a controversial Qatari politician. €1 million allegedly stuffed in carrier bags from Fortnum and Mason, the opulent department store with a royal charter to provide the Prince's groceries and tea. Mr. Grimes went on, "Now there's no suggestion that the payments were illegal. But there are legitimate questions about the judgment of the Prince. And in my view, this shows utter carelessness. And dare I say, even arrogance. And there are separate questions over for access culture at Clarence House, with the Metropolitan Police and the Charity Commission investigating fundraising practices that have gone on at the palace, including the alleged sale of honours." Mr. Grimes concluded, "It's irritating enough to me, and I know it's irritating to many of you, when celebrities with bold goals tell us about minding our CO2 emission and carbon footprint whilst zooming around the globe in private jets spewing out more emissions each year than most of us will ever see in our entire lives. Now, never mind the future head of state. So, why beg you Charles in my plate to the royal day? Don't become a meddling Meghan Markle, making decisions that have overall at home. Doubt your self-awareness or political pronouncements that make us doubt just how touched you are with the struggling of ordinary people."